attention. Great. You guys in the kitchen, if you can listen up, that would be awesome. I know you're doing two things at once, but I want to talk about first two stories from yesterday. Last night I was in an event, and we were catering it. It was for the Ms. Foundation, and the host is a friend of mine, and she was very nice. Everybody loved the food. They were having a great time. And late on, she wanted to say a little bit more about the homeless cooking that we do. And she said this great thing after, she described the whole thing, and she said, and I love this moment when he got up to talk to everyone, and he said, and don't forget, it's not about you. And it was a great reminder to me that this is so fun, I think, for all of us. But the reason we're doing this is for some people who really need to eat. So I just want to remind you of that. And I think on that particular day, I had some very difficult volunteers who thought it was all about them. What can I do? What do I have about? And so you guys have been fantastic today, as are generally all my volunteers. It's a little bit smaller crew today, which I love, and so I appreciate it. But let's keep in mind all the time, it's not about me, it's about who we're going to serve tonight. Second thing, I attended, you've all seen the capes that we have in the front. I don't know if you've all seen these Superman capes. About 4 years ago, I was invited to this luncheon, Hero of the Homeless luncheon, that Operation Night Watch puts on every year. And every year they award their Hero of the Homeless, and they gave it to Pablo and I for the cooking that we do for the homeless. And yesterday was their annual luncheon. 500 people were there. A guy named Richard Lemieux spoke. Any of you read a book called Breakfast at Sally's? Okay, he's the guy who wrote the book. He was a wealthy man with cars, boats, a house on the waterfront. He lost it all, lived in his van for a few months, went to the edge of the Narrows Bridge and almost jumped off, spent 3 years homeless, and got out. And he spoke yesterday, and it was so compelling. And one of the beautiful things that he said was, at one point, he was a lucky guy who had his van. He was driving along, he was giving a guy a ride to a place where they could get a meal, and the guy was newly homeless, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And he said, it was kind of silent for a while, and then Richard said, if people helped me, they will help you. And it was sort of that simple, it just boils down to that. That all we can do is just help. And my son afterward was saying, it's so interesting because we all have a tendency to divide homeless people into the good homeless and the bad homeless, if you can follow me. The good homeless are the ones that seem to be trying to get their way out, that we want to help, that we feel good about. Then there are the bad homeless that maybe scare us, or that have a drug addiction, or have a psychological problem that makes it impossible for them to get out. And he said it was so great because I realized they're all good homeless people that need help. And so it's awesome that you're here to do this today. I want to suggest to you that if any of you want to, I brought some of the Operation Night Watch fundraising cards today. They have a deal going where if anybody makes a $250 donation, it will get matched. So you can make $250, $500, whatever, it'll get matched. You can do it monthly off your credit card or on your bank. And I don't want to push it too hard, but Operation Night Watch is a great organization. What they do is they help people that are homeless at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, at midnight, and they go, I want somewhere to stay. They get to Operation Night Watch. Operation Night Watch is in touch with the entire county, not just the city, the county. And they go, okay, I got 2 beds here. Here are bus tickets, go. And they get them a bed for the night. If those people don't get a bed, they feed them, they give them warm socks. It's a great operation, so I think it's worth thinking about. And and the other thing is, if you haven't read Breakfast at Sally's, you can get it on Amazon. It's about $10, and a portion of that goes to a really cool guy who has stood up for that difficult community. Make sense? Yeah. One other thing. Is Connie? There's Connie! No. So, was it about 3 years ago? Yeah. About 3 years ago, Connie came to me and said, do you want help with the email list? She realized that really I was kind of managing everything that doesn't happen in this room today. I was managing all of it, including not getting back a lot of the pans that we sent out, all kinds of things. So it started out with Connie taking on the email list, and before long, as a fantastic organizer, she got all of this organized and figured out how to define the pans that left here, how to make sure they all came back. Suddenly, all these holes in our system got filled. And the only problem was that she's become a bit indispensable.
Sorry.
And but Connie does have a life, and her husband has got a great job in San Francisco Bay Area. So she is moving. This is her last day with us today. That roof smells great. It's off, isn't it? Yeah. So I first of all would ask you if each of you at some moment could just come and thank Connie. She has done all the stuff that nobody knows anything about. All the reminders, all the behind-the-scenes stuff that makes this run. And that's why it's still going after 13 years, because all this kind of stuff is organized. If you've been trying to get more involved, come and talk to Connie. There are probably still some holes to fill. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, there are still some holes to fill. They're generally things that aren't what we're doing today, but sort of outside of it, kind of on your time, and it would be really great. And I'd also like to say, I don't know, how soon are you leaving? Monday. Well, maybe between now and then, you and your husband come in and have dinner at St. Cloud's. Okay? And the amount of the gift certificate is have a great time. So, so we're really very grateful to you, Connie. He's right there. I don't see the announcements upstairs. Oh, they're great. Someone. Good deal. Thanks. So small. All right. Last thing, and we'll get back to work. First of all, we need a delivery driver today. If anybody is available and could do that at the end of it today, you're going to be going to Jubilee on Capitol Hill and Peace with the Streets. Where is that now?
Right by Jubilee.
Okay, so you're just going to go up to Capitol Hill. You need a rig that's big enough to haul some pans. Go off and drop it off there. We'll be leaving here shortly after 1. You'll drop it off and you're done. So if anybody could do that, that would be awesome. Again, tell Connie. Second thing is just a heads up that next month we'll do our usual cooking on the 3rd Wednesday. We'll feed all of our shelters except Angeline's, which is the big 150 downtown women's shelter. Then the day before Thanksgiving, we're just going to cook for that one shelter, our annual Thanksgiving meal. Okay? So, so you got a heads up on that. All right, sorry, lots to say, but who's it about? Yeah, the homeless. All right. Thank you all. Let's get to work. Come to Connie if you can cook, drive today, and please give her a good thanks.
Woohoo!